Yo, yo, yo.
Yo, what's good?
What's up, brother?
Not much.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're back with a NFL preview show. The trade deadline was unbelievable. It was a record 10 trades on the trade deadline, and a lot of trades went down leading up to that day. So we got a lot to unpack, a lot to go through. So without further ado, my name is Corey Hilliard. The man next to me, Brandon Hill, a.k.a. B. Hill. We are the house divided. Come on in. If this is your first time, mi casa, su casa. Whether it's your first time, you've been here before, B Hill's got to hit you with the house rules.
You guys already know what time it is around here. If you would, go ahead and hop down there if you aren't already, and go ahead and hit that red button that says subscribe. That way you guys can be on our channel family. Another thing, go ahead and hit that notification bell as well. That helps with the YouTube algorithm, gets us out there to you guys. Everything else also, it keeps you up to date and notified of whenever we drop our newest videos. The biggest thing for us is we want you to hop down there in those comment boxes. We want you to talk about the show. We want you to give us ideas on what you think we should do in previous or in new shows, everything else. And the best thing is, go ahead and like that button. Hit that like button if you like the content that you're reading and what you're seeing. So, guys, here today, we are going to recap Week 8 of the NFL season. We got this first game, Corey. I wanted to hit this one first. The Vikings. Just sitting here, 6-1, not getting any love from nobody. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We'll just go ahead and let the cat out the bag. They made that big time trade. They were one of the trade deadline winners, in my opinion. Because their weakest position on offense was their tight end. And they went and got, some would say some would argue top 5. We'll just say top 10. A top 10 tight end that's 25 years old, and he only can get better every season. So what's your takeaways on that, Corey? I mean, the Vikings already, they really didn't have to do anything. But here's the thing. If they didn't do nothing, it would just be the same as what we've always done, right? You see what I'm saying? So they had to make that move. They basically said, screw those picks. I'm not going to do that. They actually got 2 picks back. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, we gave up a second-round draft pick to get T.J. Hockenson. So that tells you that the Vikings were probably thinking in the draft, hey, I'm going to pick up a tight end in the second round anyways, but a tight end in the second round this year ain't going to be T.J. Hockenson.
No, you guys definitely. I agree. Y'all was showing a level of commitment. You're saying that, hey, we're going for it. You know, it's just, instead of just staying pat and rolling into the playoffs. So with y'all got. Y'all upgraded a vital position. You look at all the good teams right now that are going to be trouble in the playoffs. They got good tight ends.
They got good tight ends.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And I would argue that Hockenson is anywhere from 7 to 5 in tight end rankings. You know what I mean? He's not just a top 10 tight end to me. He's a top 7 tight end. So that is huge for y'all.
That's actually really right. That's the perfect position to put. I'm excited to see it, man. I mean, it's basically – we go as far as Kirk Cousins is going to take us at the end of the day, because it's not going to be on Justin Jefferson. It's not going to be on Thielen. It's not going to be on Dalvin Cook. It's not going to be on Hockenson. It's not going to be on that offensive line. It's going to be on, can Kirk Cousins make those plays and make those throws when he needs to? And he's been doing it so far. We're 6-1. So I'm going to take everything with a grain of salt, though. We got the Commanders coming up this next week. We'll talk about that in our intriguing matchup show. But I don't know, man. I like my Vikings right now. I like where we stand. Justin Jefferson basically was calling for the ball in this game. He was looking at Kirk Cousins saying, man, if you don't get me the ball, bro, we're going to have problems. And then Kirk Cousins just gave him one of these balls where it's basically like mano y mano, like my guy is better than your guy, and he's going to come down with this play. And he did that, and Justin Jefferson just went up there and grabbed it. It was amazing. It was amazing, man. I mean, I'm happy to watch my team do good. We'll know, yes, can we beat the Commanders? They're not a sleeper team. But then we got the Bills after that. So we're going to find out a lot about my Vikings in the coming weeks. So is there anything that you want to touch on this game?
No, I mean, other than, Dalvin Cook had a quiet 20 carries for 111 yards and a touchdown. I thought he looked good. The defense, look, Arizona has weapons. D-Hop had 12 and 159, and a touchdown. So that's nothing to be ashamed about defensively. But I think you guys you're rolling along, man. Y'all are doing everything you need to do. You're beating the teams you're supposed to beat. You're 6-1. You're 4-0 at home. So you're protecting home court or home field. Yeah. You guys look good, man. It's everything that we predicted coming into the year, right? We had forecasted you guys being 12-5 at the end of the day. And we looked at the schedule together and went through it, and you guys are on pace for what we expected. So good job, man. Congratulations to your Vikings.
Hey, man, I appreciate that, man. It's looking good over here in Minnesota right now, man. I'm excited for the future on what it beholds. So we shall see. This next game that I wanted to touch on was the Bears at the Cowboys. We'll go ahead and just get this one on out the way real quick. The Cowboys, man, they look good, Corey. Might I say that?
Bro, I got Tony Pollard in both my leagues. I was just very happy with that went down with the Cowboys.
Tony Pollard is a better running back than Ezekiel as of right now. It's not even close.
Anybody who says Zeke is better is out there damn mind. And the only person that's really saying that is Jerry Jones. And you know why he's saying it? Because he's got that fat contract.
Because he's paying him all that money.
He's paying them top dollar. So you're not benching him. You can't move him. He's not that tradable. You're not going to get much back for him because everybody can see the writing on the wall. So,
right.
Micah Parsons out there doing Micah Parsons thing. That defense looks strong. I was actually impressed with the Bears a little bit. I mean, they put up 29 points on that defense, 240 yards rushing. So if there's a formula to beat Dallas in the playoffs, run the football. You know what I mean? Don't let their edge rushers get after you in the pass game, right? The last thing you want to do is get pass heavy against Dallas and have their edge rushers come after you, and then Diggs on the back end picking off balls. That's the last thing you want to do.
Yeah, you don't want that. You don't want that. You don't want that. I mean, but I feel like there's teams out there, though, that can challenge that. And the Bears aren't one of those teams. So, them beating the Bears 49-29, does that move the Dallas Cowboys up? In my mind, no, it doesn't. It still keeps them right there in that 5-6 range as far as my top teams in the NFL right now. So,
right.
You know what I mean? It doesn't really change as far as my power rankings are concerned for them. So they're Dak Prescott looked good though. I gotta give him that. 21 for 27, 250 yards, 2 touchdowns. He just had the 1 interception.
Yeah,
but overall, in the whole entire game, he looked good and all that stuff that everybody was talking about, the backup. What's his name again?
Cooper Rush. Nobody. Yeah, we done forgot his name. I almost forgot it too. Cooper Rush.
We done forgot his name.
Yeah.
So all that can be put to bed. Dak Prescott is much better with the Dallas Cowboys. There's a reason why they paid him as opposed to Cooper Rush. So
no doubt.
At the end of the day, the Cowboys won. They're looking good. They're 6-2. Their defense is top 3 in the NFL overall. Maybe one of the best overall defenses in the NFL from top to bottom. So
yep.
I hate giving any kind of love to the Cowboys. That's why I kind of wanted to get this out the way. But the Cowboys, up to this point, they've looked pretty dang good, Corey. So
yep.
I got to give credit where credit's due right there. But that's going to be where I end it. So, is there anything else you'd like to talk to on that game?
No, we're good on that one.
All right, then, man. This next game that I want to talk about is that Giants and Seahawks, Corey.
Oh, man.
The Seattle Seahawks, my friend, they are absolutely just quietly over there balling. You know what I'm saying? Like, all that Russell Wilson stuff in the offseason, Geno Smith, What was that saying that you had? What was it?
They wrote me off and I didn't write back, homie.
They wrote me off and I didn't write back. I mean, Geno Smith.
That's so cold.
He came out 23 for 34, 212 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. And Kenneth Walker, he was 18 carries, 51 yards. He had a touchdown. You see what I'm saying? So the guy is absolutely. They look good. They're 5-3. They're in first place in the NFC West, Corey. First place.
I think this is, I think out of all of the teams that are division leaders, you guys, the Eagles, the Seahawks, and the Falcons, those are 4 division leaders. Out of all the teams, this one is the most intriguing because you can tell, like, if you watch the post-game press conference, Geno Smith, Tyler Lockett, and DK Metcalf are all up there together. And you can tell, like, they just have, like, this special little bond right now. And Tyler Lockett said something very interesting. He says it's amazing what we can do when there's nobody who cares about who gets the credit. Kind of taking a shot at Russell Wilson. All right, so you could tell it's an unselfish team. They're fighting for Geno Smith. They're happy that Geno's doing well. You can tell, like they want Geno to succeed, so they're willing to go the extra mile and lay out for balls. And that team's just in a good place right now. Kenneth Walker's probably going to be in the conversation for Offensive Rookie of the Year, possibly.
Should be.
Yeah, the way he's trending. So, I mean, their defense is strong. They got the rookie corner, I forget his name, is tearing it up. They push all the right buttons in the draft, okay? They pushed the right button in the offseason by getting rid of Russ, and now the fruits are bearing now.
They're
right?
smart.
You're starting. Yeah.
They're smart. You know what I'm saying? And they scooped up a Noah Fant out of that deal too. I mean, Noah Fant's not the best player in the world, but he's a solid blocking tight end. Everything else, you know what I'm saying? So.
Yep. And this wasn't an easy game, man. Like, they beat a good team in the Giants. The Giants are 6-2. That was their second loss.
Absolutely.
They bottled up Saquon. Saquon only had 20 carries for 53 yards. Danny Dimes, 17 of 31, 176 through the air.
No touchdowns.
I mean, and no touchdowns. So that was a quality win. That was a very quality win.
There's a reason why they're in first place, I guess, right?
Yep.
Well, hey. Anything else you got on this one?
Nope. No, sir.
All right. Let me look here. On this next one, we're going to talk about the Packers at the Buffalo Bills. This game right here, it was kind of one of those games where the Bills were just like, we're better than you guys. But Josh Allen makes mistakes sometimes. It kind of just lets you know it's just like, man, you know what I mean? Like the 2 picks that he had, they were just stupid picks.
Yeah.
And it just.
He was feeling himself. If I could be honest, like when you're beating somebody down that bad at halftime, you just come out in the second half. You think you can get away with anything at that point. You know, does that make sense?
No, it does. It does. I mean, they only scored 3 points in the whole second half.
I think they got bored, bro. Like
yeah, they might have. They might have. You're right. You're right. I mean, the Bills are good, man. But I mean, I'll tell you one thing though. They better play better than that against my Vikings here in the next couple weeks.
Oh, you're gonna get their best effort. Like they knew, bro. It was the
Packers are down. The Packers are down this year. Man.
Yeah,
they're not good. They're not good. Devontae Adams not being there. I didn't think that they would be good, but I didn't think that they would be this bad. I wasn't anticipating.
You wouldn't anticipate. I wouldn't either, to be honest.
No.
It's changed the whole dynamic of their offense.
If you'd have told me after week 8, Corey, that my team is like 3.5 games in first place in the division, I would have told you, no, that's not going to happen. But we are, and I'm very happy about that. It's essentially wrapped up. You know what I'm saying? We've essentially got that division wrapped up. Bow and a ribbon. We're the only team in our division with a winning record. So I'll take that to the bank all day, every day, Corey. And we got better after the trade deadline. I mean, It's Skull
Yeah.
Nation. It's Skull Nation. That's what I look back to on everything, Corey.
Well, yeah, we called it back in it, bro. We called it. We said y'all were gonna win that division. You know what I mean?
This is
And
what. This is why I was hating whenever they had the Packers higher than us in the power rankings on those weeks, because I was like, the Packers are absolute trash. So why?
yeah,
Are
you know, they were masking a lot. Those first 4 weeks they had lost to y'all, but they were running the ball good, and they did come out 3-1 in the first 4 weeks.
They still
But
are
since then,
running the ball good.
they
still
are.
are.
It's Aaron Rodgers and his lack of receivers. And to be
Right.
honest with you, I think it's more him than it is his lack of receivers. I mean, we can keep blaming it on him not having Devontae Adams, but at this point, bro, the blame meter is starting to tend Aaron Rodgers' way, if you ask me.
Yeah. Yeah, no, he was the one. He didn't have to take all that money that he took. I mean, I ain't mad at him for taking all the money that he took. And if me or you got offered that money, we'd take it too. So,
Yeah.
I mean,
But he fought for that. Like he
Yeah.
literally, you know what I mean?
yeah, he wanted that, and they gave it to him. So there it was. You know what I'm saying? But
But
At
like
the
you said,
end-
it hamstrung his team.
here you are. Here you are. You get what you paid for.
You made your bid, now you got to lay in it, buddy.
I'm so happy to see it too. To be completely honest with you, because I absolutely hate the Packers as a Vikings.
God, I
fan,
hate
so-
them. Yeah.
Man, so I'm glad to see them. I hope they don't even make the playoffs. At this rate, they're not even going to make the playoffs. Because if you look at their remaining schedule, Corey, it doesn't get any easier from here.
No, it gets
The
worse.
Packers, yeah. So it's going to be a long season for the Packers and all their.
And
friends.
they got a lot of ground to make up if you're talking about getting back into this playoff hunt.
Ha ha! I love it. I love it. We're right up at the top of the playoff hunt, so that's what I love right now.
Yeah, you
This-
guys are the number 2 team in the NFC, bro.
Number 2, we got to pass up them. Somebody got to beat the Philadelphia Eagles a couple times, man. But I just don't see it. The Eagles are. I don't want to have to go up in there to Lincoln Financial Field in the playoffs if it comes to that. I'm looking too far ahead though. We're not gonna count our eggs before they hatch. But this next game, Corey, the San Francisco 49ers and the defending champion Los Angeles Rams. Is it fair to say up to this point, Corey, that the Rams have been somewhat of a disappointment?
Yeah, you want to be saying the defending champs too much longer. They won't be
No.
defending here in a little bit. We'll be crowning a new champion.
Absolutely, that's gonna happen.
Bro, you told me this. I think you told me this. That team is just different. Von Miller, OBJ, no left tackle, Whitworth gone.
That hurts. That hurts.
They lost
That's
somebody
a lot.
else on the offensive line. They lost a lot of key guys, and they're just not the
That's-
same club, man.
That's a lot. I mean, they give up the most sacks. I mean, Stafford is always running for his absolute life. But the 49ers picking up Christian McCaffrey, that was scary.
That's
That
a
was
game
scary.
changer.
Scary.
game
Good.
changer.
Yes, that is. They're definitely somebody to be reckoned with. You know,
He
what
threw a
I'm saying?
touchdown, caught a touchdown, ran for a touchdown. Did he have like 3 touchdowns? The boy's nice, man. That was never the question. He just couldn't stay healthy. And then Jimmy Garoppolo, what about him, bro? Like, he actually looked pretty good. Did he
I
not?
mean, if I'm not mistaken, I was the one that said that. Ever since they've gotten Jimmy Garoppolo back, they've looked more like the 49ers that could contend for a championship.
You
I mean,
have.
let's just be completely honest. Their defense is top notch and second to none.
Yeah.
I mean, they got Fred Warner at linebacker. That dude right there is an absolute monster, and he's a menace to any other opposing quarterback or opposing team. So I hate playing against the 49ers. You know what I'm saying? Because it's always going to be a grinded out physical football team. And by the time that they're done with it, I mean, now they got Christian McCaffrey that they can throw at you. And when they don't even have Debo back yet, Corey.
I know.
That's
But
ridiculous.
Here's what bothers me about them. Jimmy G's been back since week 3.
Right.
and they've lost to the Falcons and the Chiefs. The Chiefs, I mean, it is what it is. It's the Kansas City Chiefs, 44-23. But the Falcons game, like, that's a team that, you know, me and you will both agree that they're better than, right? Like,
yes.
And they took a big, you know, so either is that more the Falcons, or is that more the Jimmy G, or them being inconsistent? You know what I mean? Like, to me, they're not one of the top teams. A lot of people are saying that they're going to be in the NFC Championship. They got a chance to go back to the Super Bowl. I don't know, man. I don't know. If you're telling me if the Vikings and the 49ers play, I would take the Vikings. If Dallas and the 49ers play, I don't know who would win that game. You know, Seattle, are they going to be able to come back and win that division? Can Seattle beat them twice? No. They haven't even played Seattle yet, so I don't know.
I don't think Seattle can beat them. Just because, I mean, the 49ers are only going to continue to keep getting better and better, though, is the thing that's scary. I mean, when Debo gets back healthy, it's sky's the limit, man, for that offense. So it's definitely going to be something to. It's kind of like the Vikings. It comes down to Jimmy Garoppolo. The Vikings did what Jimmy Garoppolo has now. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. As far as, like, you have no excuses to basically win games. You have to win games. If you don't win games, it's an absolute failure, and it's your fault. Because if you look across the board on the 49ers, they got Ayuk, they got Deebo Samuel, they got George Kittle, now they got Christian McCaffrey in the back, and they have by far probably one of the best offensive lines in the NFL. So there's no excuse. Jimmy G has to get the job done, and like you said, he did get the job done. 21 for 25, 235 yards, 2 touchdowns, and no interceptions. So I like it, Corey. I like it a lot. The 49ers are looking good right now. They're 4-4, and they're in second place in that division. So we'll see. Like you said, it comes down to can the Seahawks beat them twice, or who's going to win that game? Because it's going to come down to the Seahawks and the 49ers in the NFC West.
Yeah. And the
Cardinals just ain't.
And they've already beaten the Seahawks once, so that's the error on my part. They beat the Seahawks 27-7 in week 2.
The 49ers did?
Yes.
Okay, well then they've already got a leg up in that one, so
yeah.
We'll see. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be a good race here going up towards the end. But, nah, man, this NFL, that trade deadline, that was crazy, man. You seen Bradley Chubb went over there to the Miami Dolphins.
Man. It was nutty.
For a first-round pick, I mean, quote unquote, guys. If you got the Miami Dolphins out there on a streamline, go ahead and stream them in your fantasy if you need a defense, because the Miami Dolphins are going to be real.
Do you know what the Dolphins did?
What's that?
When you know how the 49ers got Trey Lance, right?
Right.
The 49ers got Trey Lance because they gave away 3 first-round picks to the Dolphins to move up and get Trey Lance.
Right.
The Dolphins took those 3 first-round picks, used one on Waddle. They used another one to trade for Tyreek Hill, and they just used the last one to trade for Chubb. They essentially took those 3 first-round picks and flipped them into Jalen Waddle, Tyreek Hill, and Chubb.
I ain't mad at him.
That's pretty good. That's pretty dang good. So I mean, I think they were second. I think on the trade deadline, I think you guys clearly came in first, getting Hawkinson. The other trade, there's another trade. I'm looking at it. Hold on. Any other trades that you liked while I'm looking this up?
I was trying to think. I was trying to remember. Hang on here. Let me go to the NFL and hit the news.
I think, that's what it was.
Nyheim Hines going to the Bills.
Yep, I was just about to say that.
That's kind of a little sleeper pickup for the Bills there. They haven't had really a running back, and he's definitely probably one of the best receiving running backs coming out of the backfield as far as that's concerned. So
here's a scary one for you. Robert Quinn, the DN from Chicago, going over to the Eagles. They add another pass rusher.
That's ridiculous. That's just the rich getting richer there, man.
Yeah.
I mean, there's not much else you can do with that.
Chase
So-
Claypool coming from the Steelers, going to the Bears.
See, that to me, that's a lateral move.
You think so?
For him, team wise. You know what I'm saying? So the
I don't know.
Bears, how much better are the Bears getting with Chase Claypool?
Can you name another receiver outside of Mooney for the Bears? Daryl Mooney. Can you name another receiver outside of that guy? I mean,
think.
you know,
I want to say that they have St. Brown's brother over there. They got somebody by the last name St. Brown. I know that for a fact.
Yeah, well, he hadn't been doing anything. I know that.
Nobody does at Chicago. He has literally no receiving weapons.
The Jags got Calvin Ridley from the Falcons, who can't play the next year. He's still suspended for the gambling deal.
But that's a scary good little pickup. I like that. Him and Christian Kirk along with Trevor. But is Trevor Lawrence, is he just a little pumpkin dud?
No, I don't think so. I just think
No,
they've been in some very close games, man. They've lost to the Giants by 1 point or 2 points. Most of their losses have been really close losses, and he's coming along, man. It takes some time. It's the Jaguars. Like, you know how hard it is to bring that team out of the doldrums, out of the abyss.
He's already done like more than any other player's done in a while.
That's what I'm saying. So you just got to give him a little bit more time. Jeff Wilson Jr. from the 49ers. He goes to the Dolphins. All right. And 49ers get a 5th rounder.
I like that. He's the best. He's by far the best running back on their roster now. He's better than Raheem Mostert.
You think so?
Yes. Because they sent away Chase Edmonds in that deal for Bradley Chubb as well. They sent away Edmonds and draft picks for Bradley Chubb, as far as that's concerned. So,
I think the last one. Here's another one. Kadarius Toney from the Giants going over to the Chiefs. So they add another receiver. I like him. I like Kadarius. I like the way
if he can stay healthy.
He's a little guy, but run after the catch, he is spectacular.
Yeah, he could be special over there with the Chiefs as well. That can be a sneaky good little pickup for them.
And then one last one, unless you got another one, I'll bring up this one. Roquan Smith from Chicago going over to the Ravens, trying to bolster that defense.
I like that pickup for the Ravens. He's kind of like one of those type of linemen. I like him as a linebacker. He's a hell of a player.
Yeah.
Like that man, Roquan Smith, he could be on my team any day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree wholeheartedly. Yes, sir.
Roquan Smith is an absolute baller, dude. He's been a baller ever since his days at Georgia. Back in the Rose Bowl game when we played against him as an Oklahoma fan. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah. Really don't understand why the Bears are giving him away, but I guess they don't want to pay him. They want to use some cap space on the offensive people to kind of give Justin Fields some help.
They don't.
I don't know.
Have nothing to play for, man. The Bears have to freaking take that thing down and build it up from scratch. You know what I'm saying? They don't.
Yeah, I think that's part of the process. I think you're right. I think that's why they got rid of Roquan. That's part of the process because his rookie deal is about to be up. And he's wanting a new contract, and you can't give him all that money and expect to go out and sign guys. That's going to help you on the offensive end. So
right there, it's all about in the NFL. You're starting to see in the NFL, you just have to have a competent defense that's kind of like bend but don't break, because there's no defense. The days of like the defenses of the New York Giants and the Ravens and all them defenses that we used to see in the Steelers and all that. That's, to me, that's going to be gone, Corey. That's gone. Yeah. Because the offenses nowadays and the playmakers nowadays, defenses just can't keep up with that, and they're not going to be able to stop it. You know what I'm saying? So that's just, and I love it as a fan because I like seeing more points scored. I like seeing offensive players being able to make plays. Now, I like it whenever it's my offensive players. I don't like seeing my defense get shredded by any means, but there's a lot of teams. There's no dominant defense, is what I'm trying to say. Maybe the
Right.
Bills are the closest thing, but they still get scored on as well.
Well, here's your top 5 defenses right here. This is just yardage per game. Total yardage per game. San Francisco, number 1. The Denver Broncos, number 2. Buffalo Bills, 3. Philadelphia Eagles, 4. And Los Angeles Rams, 5. So, I mean, Bills, Eagles, top 2 teams in the league. Denver Broncos, don't see them making the playoffs. Los Angeles Rams, don't see them making the playoffs.
Nope.
And as of right now, the 49ers are right on the, if the playoffs started today, I think they'd be a game out or something. So you're looking top 5 defenses, only 2 of the teams are going to make the playoffs right now. So
You're absolutely right.
so you're right. Your point is right, man. You really don't have to have a super duper great defense to be a playoff caliber team.
I mean, it's nice to have one. Don't get me wrong.
Oh yeah, you
know
want
what
you
I'm
want to
saying?
strive for it. Yeah.
You absolutely do, but to be a well-balanced team, you just have to be able to run the ball, be able to throw the ball whenever you need to get first downs, and I mean just roll from there, manage the game. You know, that's why I've been excited as a Vikings fan this year. That's what they do, man. They play good defense. They manage the game because they can run the ball. They can make timely first downs with Justin Jefferson. Now we got Hawkinson. Dude, it's freaking... I'm out. I'm blown. My mind is blown. I was thinking maybe a Gesicki or something like that. I never would have guessed a TJ Hawkinson. No.
Yeah.
Never that. In division? Man,
Yeah.
that dude. I love it. I love it. Come on down. He looks like the damn logo. I mean, let's just be honest. Hawkinson is a perfect
Yeah,
Vikings
he
player,
does.
man. He's
He
a
does.
Vikings guy. So that's
He
where
does.
he's about to be. So, anything
Congrats,
else you
man.
want to touch on before we end this show off?
That's it, brother. I got nothing else.
All right, then, man. Well, shoot. We will be back with you guys tomorrow night for our intriguing matchup shows. We don't know if we're going to do college or we're going to do NFL. It'll probably be college because that's on Saturday. And then we're going to hit you with an NBA show coming up on Friday
Yes.
as well. There's been a lot of talk in the NBA here as of late. You know what I'm saying? You got
yeah.
Russell Westbrook coming off the bench for the Lakers.
Yeah.
The Lakers have actually been playing pretty good. They beat the Nuggets the other night. So,
I mean,
We'll
I'm
see.
ready to talk about that. The Cleveland
Oh.
Cavaliers.
oh, man.
Just saying.
Oh, they're sleepers?
Just saying.
Are
Bro, they
sleepers?
Donovan Mitchell, they're 6 and 7-1. I think
Steve
they're
Nash got fired.
out the door. Yeah, we got a lot to talk about Friday.
There's a
brother.
lot on Friday to talk about as far as the
Yeah.
NBA is concerned. So, as always, guys, this is the House Divided podcast, and we checked on in tonight to talk to you guys about all this content and everything that went on in the NFL. If you liked everything that you've seen, go ahead and smash that like button, and go ahead and always subscribe and hop down there in those comment boxes, guys. Talk to us. Let us know what you think. Give us some ideas for future shows and everything else. So, as always, guys, we sign on in. Now we're going to sign on out. Peace.
Peace.